guys, and welcome back again today for another reaction video. Today we're going to be listening to, watching, and reacting to Kenny Rogers again on the channel. I've only done a couple reactions to Kenny Rogers, you guys, and there are a couple songs of his that I'm familiar with outside of my channel that I can't react to because, well, I guess I probably could because I don't know them, right? Like I've heard them, but anywho, I just reacted to Kenny and Dolly, and it didn't even get that many views, you guys. Like, it's not always about the views. It's about sometimes doing what I like, what I want to listen to, because I love Kenny Rogers' voice. I love his voice so much, and every song seems like it's a story, right? And I love his mannerisms. I think he was very, very attractive. His mannerisms, his on stage thing, like just his whole vibe, his voice is unbelievable. So feeling, so emotive, and you just can't help but fall in love with it. And that's what I did. I fell in love with it. So anyway, despite the low views, I got to come back and listen to more Kenny's. So I'm just going to do it here with you guys first. Victor suggested, when I said that I wanted to hear more Kenny Rogers, Victor, who has a lot of knowledge about music, is a subscriber to the channel, a very valued part of the channel. I don't like saying a subscriber. He's a valuable part of the channel. He's one of the fam, really. He suggested Coward of the County. And so I think that's what I'm going to do today, because I take Victor's word for it. Okay, let's do this. This is Coward of the County, Kenny Rogers. If you like my reactions to Kenny Rogers, you guys, support by popping a like, leave a comment for more, subscribe to the channel if you want to help actually contribute to the sustenance and the longevity and the life of the channel. You could consider maybe dropping a super thanks, or there's a couple other ways that you could help support the channel. It serves as a nudge for more. Like when somebody drops a super thanks, I take that as a nudge. Like, hey, I really enjoyed this. I'd like to see more. Anyway, I take my nudges seriously, you guys. If you're kind enough to drop a super thanks or a tip on a video, like, I'm going to take that as a serious nudge to do more of that type of content, right? So let's jump right into this, you guys. The amazing, amazing voice of Mr. Kenny Rogers, Coward of the County, and as usual, I hope you enjoy it.
Everyone considered him the coward of the county.
Hold on, you guys. I'm going to turn this up.
He never stood one.
I'll pause that. I'll turn this up. And certain videos, like, they just aren't as loud overall. There we go. Ooh, that's good. So I'm just going to drag that back. Let's start it over. There we go. Better.
Everyone considered him the coward of the county. He never stood one single time to prove the county wrong. His mama named him Tommy, but folks just called him Yeller. But something always told me they were reading Tommy wrong. Now, he was only 10 years old when his daddy died in prison. I looked after Tommy 'cause he was my brother's son. I still recall the final words my brother said to Tommy.
Oh man, this could be sad, isn't it?
Son, my life is over, but yours has just begun. Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble when you can. Now it won't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. I hope you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't have to fight to be a man.
Yeah, wow. So I have a few things to comment on, you guys. Like I said before about Kenny Rogers and the amazing storytelling. Here we are again with another amazing storytelling song. So far, Tommy is the song is about Tommy so far, and the folks all call him Yeller. So is that a derogatory term for like weak or something? Because I think I've seen that in movies, like calling people yellow, right? But Kenny said yeller, so I'm just assuming that maybe that's what it means, like poking fun at him for being weak or whatever. And his so he's singing it from his so Kenny's singing this, telling the story from the uncle's point of view because he's like Kenny's okay. So Tommy's father passed away, and his uncle took him in, taking care of him or letting him live there. And his father has left him with this advice about you don't have to fight when you're a man, or you don't always have to fight when you're a man. Turn the other cheek. It doesn't make you weak. And you don't always have to fight when you're a man. So I can tell just the way the story's going, we are building into something because he's such an amazing singer, you guys. And the outfit and just the way he's kind of like standing on the sea, walking around with one hand behind his back, like kind of casual, but his voice is so damn perfect. And this storytelling song seems like it's building, but yet the music that's accompanying it is sort of like upbeat. So I have a feeling, just my feeling of it so far, that it's not going to be a sad story. I have a feeling like we're building into something bigger, like the story's building, but that it's not going to be sad. I'm only getting that vibe from the music because the music feels sort of like quick and upbeat. I'm going to drag it back a couple seconds and we're going to pick it right back up.
To be a man.
Yeah.
There's someone for everyone. And Tommy's love was Becky. In her arms he didn't have to prove he was a man.
Oh.
One day while he was working, the Gatlin boys came calling. They took turns at Becky, and there was three of them. Tommy opened up the door, saw his Becky crying.
They took turns at Becky? Is that what I think it means?
Dress, the shattered look was more than he could stand.
You guys, what the heck? This song, what in the... This song just totally left turned out of nowhere. So Tommy's love is Becky, and then there's just like two sentences about Tommy and Becky, and then it says the Gatlin boys were taking turns at Becky. Okay, this isn't what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting the story to build this fast and for it to take this left turn. Literally just said, I don't think this is going to be a sad story, and now I think it's going to be a sad story. I'm going to drag that back, listen to that again, and we're going to keep it going.
Calling. They took turns at Becky, and there was three of them. Tommy opened up the door, saw his Becky crying. The torn dress, the shattered look was more than he could stand. He reached above the fireplace, took down his daddy's picture. As the tears fell on his daddy's face, I heard these words again.
Got chills.
Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can.
So he's talking to his dad's
Now
picture.
it won't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. I hope you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't have to fight to be a man. The Gatlin boys just laughed at him when he walked into the bar room.
Imagine.
One of them got up and met him halfway across the floor. When Tommy turned around, they said, hey, look, old Yella's leaving. But you could have heard a pin drop when Tommy stopped and locked the door. 20 years monsters are crawling was bottled up inside him.
Let's go.
He wasn't holding nothing back, he let them have it all. When Tommy left the barroom, not a Gatlin boy was standing. He said, "This one's for Becky," as he watched the last one fall. And I heard him say, "I promised your dad not to do the things you've done. I'll walk away from trouble when I can. Now please don't think I'm weak, I couldn't turn the other cheek.
Nope.
And Papa, I sure hope you understand. Sometimes you gotta fight when you're a man." Now everyone considered him the coward of the county.
You guys, that song took me on a whole roller coaster of emotions, right? Like, what the heck? That story evolved in such a way that I wasn't prepared for it at all. But the way Kenny's voice delivers it, it's like, I'm trying to follow the story exactly. And then you're overwhelmed with emotion at the same time because of the lyrics, right? So it turned around and he had to tell us that his father had given him the advice, you don't have to fight to be a man. And Tommy, at the end, after seeing his love be treated that way, and I know what happened, and I can't probably say it in my video, but yes, if you don't lose your whole mind if you don't lose your mind over that and do something about that, then yes, he's absolutely right. Sometimes you got to fight when you're a man. But it was the way the story went, like listening to the words of his dad, and then he was repeating his words back to his dad, and he was explaining to his dad's picture, like with tears, it said, hitting the picture. Like, sometimes you got to fight when you're a man, and I hope you understand. Like, he still wanted his dad to be proud of him, right? Even, and wanted him to understand why he did it. That song was amazing. I can't say enough about Kenny Rogers, you guys. Drop some more suggestions. Come on now. Come on now. Excellent. Excellent song. Thank you so much, Victor, for suggesting that song. If you guys want to be supportive of my reactions to Kenny Rogers, pop a like, subscribe, drop some comments. So, anywho, thanks so much for hanging out with me again today, you guys. This was a ride. This was a wild ride. So, anywho, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.